Democrats were hoping to flip the Senate, but it looks like that will be out of reach. Here's the current balance of power where, if things hold, Republicans will retain their majority. Greg, it was good news for the Republicans last night. Really, I think they beat not only the pollsters, they beat the odds because they had so many more Republicans running. Mitch McConnell long ago said that his primary job, and he won last night, was to make President Obama a one-term president. So should he do the same thing with Biden, or should he work with him?
Well, I think if Biden wins, he will be the first, lame duck president lame duck when he enters, which is going to be interesting. But I think, again, you had two races in which the Democrats spent like $200 million. Yeah. And so imagine how rich, we were talking about this, the consultants got off that, because there's no consultant that encourages you to spend less money. There's not one saying, you're overdoing it, save some money. No, they will feed. And so they just got so rich off these races. $200 million. Imagine what you could do with $200 million, Juan. Imagine.
I don't know. Maybe I would go talk to Martha McCallum.
You can figure it out.
Martha.
It's very expensive to talk to me.
That's what I just say that. Okay. So, as I said, tremendous success last night in the Senate races for the Republicans, but two where they're lost, Colorado, Arizona. Arizona was a big deal. So what did that tell you in terms of playing in purple states and Republicans?
Well, I think Arizona is a complicated situation for Republicans and for President Trump. They're still saying that the outcome there is different, and Martha McSally has also suggested that, the outcome she doesn't believe, that'll probably work its way out over the next couple of days. But overall, I find it very interesting that, President Trump could potentially lose and the Republicans could hold the Senate. Although that scenario was out there, I think the main belief was that if President Trump prevailed, then the Senate would be able to also have that strength. But that division I find very interesting. I also just want to mention, in terms of spending money, Michael Bloomberg spent hundreds of millions of dollars on his own campaign. $100 million. I mean, there was, I think, on the Republican side, fear when it came out that he was going to spend $100 million on ads in Florida. It got him nothing, because he lost Florida. And I just think that, for him, speak up about 100. It's like, just flick a little dust off your knee, and $100 million is not a problem for him. But it's just emotionally, it's got to be a little bit of a drain.
Jesse, in the previous segment, we were talking about the House, clearly the House Democrats, but also the House Republicans thought that the Democrats might pick up 8 to 15 seats. They didn't. What happened?
Well, the polls said
that. Strong performance by House Democrats, and the state legislators, the Republicans did not lose one state legislature, so that's good for redistricting. And it looks like the Senate stays red from, I think, most people's understanding there. But I care more about the big kahuna. The White House, I think everybody cares about that race. And then I will cede my time to Dana Perino, who loves talking about House and Senate races.
I love it.
Let's get to the money, Dana, because I think that the Democrats made it real personal, going after McConnell in Kentucky, going after Lindsey Graham in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Huge money, record amount of money.
Okay, so the money, what a waste, right? They have these ego trips where they think they're going to take out somebody like Mitch McConnell with Amy McGrath, and they spend $100 million. Jamie Harrison, bright young guy down in South Carolina, but he wasn't going to beat Lindsey Graham. Another $100 million. But the person I want to tip my hat to is Susan Collins of Maine. When she voted for Brett Kavanaugh, this opponent of hers, Sarah Gideon, said, I'm going after her on that vote alone. And Susan Collins kept at it. She won by 8 points. They had her down by 15 in the Quinnipiac poll just before, and they spent $93 million in Maine trying to take her out. She won.
All right.